Hey everybody, it's James here with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. Today is Wednesday, July 24th, 2019. This is your weekly comic book pickups video. Every week, I pick up my boys at least one comic each. Oftentimes it's more than one. I pick up my daughter Gracie one as well, even though she's not quite ready to read yet. As always, I pick up my comics at Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, zip code 45014. If you're in the area and into comics, check out that shop because it's awesome. Then go 2 doors down and check out the toy department. It's your one-stop shop for toys and comics. Go over there. All right, let's jump right in. True Believers continues with this Absolute Carnage tie-ins. This is a big event, I guess, this summer, Absolute Carnage. And so they do this thing where they go back and reprint older stuff that sort of ties into the characters or the event, or features somebody that was on a show, just current stuff that's happening, and they do them for $1. This time around, there's 2 of them. They're both tied into Absolute Carnage. The first one is a reprint of Venom #1 from the Shiver storyline by Daniel Way. Yeah, Venom #1, written by Daniel Way, with pencils by Francisco Herrera, who looks a lot like Humberto Ramos in the way he draws. I remember this story. I'm not a huge fan of this art style. So I don't know if the boys will dig this one or not, but you can never go wrong with just $1. Let's put that over there. Next one is True Believers #1, Venom Separation Anxiety. Again, $1. And this is a reprint of Venom Separation Anxiety #1. I think this one's going to be a little more popular with Keaton, thanks to the Marvel Legends symbiotes. This is a reprint of Venom Separation Anxiety #1, and it's written by Howard Mackey with art by Ron Randall. And if you collect Marvel Legends, you recognize these guys, symbiotes. From the Lethal Protector #5. This is kind of like the Planet of the Symbiotes type of deal, or, yeah. Scream and Lasher and all those. So that's fun. It's $1. Don't grab too many, James. Next up is X-Men, the 137 Facsimile Edition. I've really been enjoying these Facsimile Editions. They're $4.99 reprints of major events, major issues from the history of Marvel. And these are not like True Believers, where True Believers have advertisements for current stuff in them. This is as close as you can get to the original issue as possible. It's got reprints of all the original advertisements. They haven't done anything computerized to the coloring. They don't do that on True Believers either, but it's nice to see just this as it was originally presented, whereas a lot of times in trade paperbacks they'll go back and redo coloring and stuff like that. And this is a seminal issue in the history of X-Men, where the X-Men must battle the Shi'ar Imperial Guard for the life of Jean. And I won't tell you how it ends. Alright, there's that one. Gracie asked for a Spider-Man comic featuring Kingpin, because she likes Spider-Verse so much. That's tougher than you might think, because I was like, I don't know which one I can find that's going to be inexpensive. So I thought about this series, this SpiderMan Adventures, which was based on the 90s cartoon. And there was none that had Kingpin on the cover that were in the back issue bins. I remember Hobgoblin had a lot to do with Kingpin back then. This is by Nel Yomtov with Alex Saviuk doing pencils. Alex Saviuk is like a does-it-all kind of artist. So, thankfully, I was right, and Kingpin does at least appear in the book. I don't know how much he actually does in the book, but there he is. Kingpin and Hobgoblin. This will do. Oh man, this is fun. Look at this. It's like a Batman Gotham Adventures take on Spider-Man. It doesn't really look dead on the cartoon. It looks more like a blend of the cartoon and Batman animated. Yeah, this will do. Good job. Good job, James. Pat yourself on the back. And this was originally only $1.50, and I think it was $1.65 in the back issues or something. Something cheap. No new books for Keaton this week, so I said, hey, you want me to go back and start doing Executioner Song again? It was a few weeks ago that I got him the first part of Executioner Song, which was a crossover from the 90s with Strife and Cable and all this stuff. And so he said, yeah, give me the second part of that, which the second part is in XFactor, issue 84. I think the third part is not actually at the shop, so I'm going to have to go online and order that one. But this one was part of, I believe, Peter David's run on XFactor. And it's kind of timely, too, with that cover, because they just announced that Strong Guy Build-A-Figure. Yep, Peter David. Pencils by Jay Lee. I don't think that... Was Jay Lee the penciler to begin with on this? I don't think he was. I can't remember. Maybe he was. Yeah, this is going to be right up his alley. There's so many Marvel Legends of these characters now. And this was, if I remember right, was a pretty fun story. Sorry, guys. The pages keep on... Oh, I remember these ads. Entertainment this month. Multiple Man, the XFactor 2-pack, Psylocke, Wolverine, Gambit, Rogue, Beast. Yeah, this is the time that he's interested in right now for comics. And you know, he's getting really far on those X-Men Essentials. He's almost to the point where he's in the 90s. He's read all the way from the 60s of X-Men all the way up to the 90s now. Every single issue, thanks to those Essentials. All right, next up is another back issue because there's nothing new for Blaze this week. He said, if there's nothing new for me, I want to get caught up on Conan, Jason Aaron's Conan. So I went back and grabbed issue 6. I believe this book is on issue 7 or 8 now, if I remember right. And this is Jason Aaron's Conan book. And so far, he's enjoyed it. Mehmet Asrar doing the art. He's been on a Conan kick as of late. I think he's going to be saving up for that Mezco 112 figure that just got revealed. Yeah, this is a few weeks old now, or a few months old, rather. So this is nothing new to you guys. And then another one that's not new this week, sorry about all the old books, guys. Age of X-Men Omega came in last week, as well as the final issue of Uncanny X-Men. And in the Uncanny X-Men issue, spoiler warning, but it came out last week, so I'm not going to feel too bad about spoiling, the X-Men came back from their disappearance. And it said it was tied into Age of X-Men Omega #1, which I guess is the end of the stories explaining where the X-Men have been gone to all this time, where Nate Gray put them in a spot, I think it was. So I went back and grabbed this just so I could see how they got back into the regular universe. This one was, I'm sorry about not telling you prices too. The Conan issue was $3.99, and this one is $4.99. Got a cool Noto cover. Cover artist Phil Noto, variant cover, assistant editor. Here's the writers: Zach Thompson and Lonnie Nadler, and art by Simone Buonfantino. Yeah. All right. Back into this week. History of the Marvel Universe #1 by Mark Waid and Javier Rodriguez with Alvaro Lopez. This one's $4.99, and it's exactly what it says it is. This is retelling the history of the Marvel Universe to try and kind of make everything fit again, I guess. I'm not really a big fan of Mark Waid anymore. Like, his writing used to be really great. And I haven't read anything written by him in a while that I actually thoroughly enjoyed. So I was hesitant to give this one a chance. But Bob said, you know, I think there's a couple of new appearances of people that are going to be doing something later on. I'm a sucker for these history books. It goes back and kind of fills in everything and tells everything. So I'm giving this a shot. I don't know if it's actually going to be any good, but I'm going to give it a shot. If you don't see the second one, that means it wasn't any good. And last but not least is the big book this week. The book everybody's going to be talking about is History of X, House of X #1 by Hickman, Larraz, and Gracia. This is the restart of X-Men. This is Hickman's big X-Men tale he's been wanting to tell, and why all the X-Men books have ceased, and kind of as a new jumping on point for everyone. I don't know what it's going to be like. I have no idea. I didn't flip through it. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he's coming in after I thought it was a really fun run with Rosenberg on Uncanny X-Men, and that's over now. This art looks really good. I don't really like these spacer break things. Marcus Protocol, all this stuff that's written on these. Okay. So there's a bunch of different stories, it looks like, maybe? And these chapter breaks? Alright, I'm not going to flip too forward because I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. But I'm going to give this a shot. I've been interested in this book since it was announced. Great cover. I chose this variant by Brooks that's like a connecting cover. I don't know. We'll see. I hope for good things for the X-Men because I love the X-Men. And I hope that this brings us back again to a more normalized X-Men team, more like a 90s feel of the X-Men where you can follow it and it's a team you recognize. But I think that Matthew Rosenberg was on the way there, and it's over now. But we'll see how this does. We'll see. And that is it this week. As always, if you're checking out stuff, leave it in the comments below. If you read into these books, tell me what you think about them. Click like and subscribe if you enjoy the videos, notify, all that jazz. This Sunday, 8:30, we'll be back again with the live stream. For those who joined us at the last live stream, I'm sorry that the camera stand was falling over and the Wi-Fi signal was bad. I actually didn't even upload the version of the video afterwards because, like, you know what? If somebody is our first time checking out one of our live streams, I don't want this to be it. So we're just gonna do it again Sunday, and that'll be like the next episode. And hopefully we'll have things under control and everything will be great. Hope to see you guys there. Again, it's Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when we go live. We talk about comics, toys, news, for movies, all that jazz. We're definitely going to be talking about the Marvel Legends reveals for San Diego Con this Sunday. Okay, cool. See you guys. Bye.